women who conquer the world. True to that fact. We are gifted. God loved women. And sometimes why men are very scared of strong women, you know why? Because they are born of a woman. Yes. They are nursed by a woman. Yes. They are given no, yes by a woman. Yes. And they always feel that when they are grown-ups and they are at work, they don't like a woman telling them no, yes, because they're scared. But that's the truth. We are gifted. God gave us that instinct. Multitask. Do so many things. Imagine a woman in the rural areas carrying a pregnant woman, carrying a baby, going to fetch water, looking for firewood, cooking for the children, sending them to school, and also looking after the father, because we want to look after our men, because they are our children. So we need to be able to know how to deal with them when they don't perceive you as a business person or as a serious contractor. You need to make sure that you make them understand what you know. And a lot of people ask me, when you are in front of people, you seem so relaxed. Why is it like that? You know what it is? You need to know what you're talking about. You need to be confident about what you're talking about. We need to read, guys. We need to understand what is going on around the world. We need to know what is happening in our own country. Somebody said, there's so much which is said about Zimbabwe. Some people say, Zimbabwe, and I'm so happy you said it. I always say when I have my family gathering, the moment they start talking about politics, so these are some of the things which came out from the success stories which I listened here. And true, you are right, change is inevitable. You can't run away from it. You have to adjust and adapt and make sure that you cope with the changes. Yes, Virginia, she is passionate. She, of course, talked more of affirmative action, the importance of it. And yes, it is important. And there are some people who still say, why affirmative action? Everybody has been given an opportunity to go to school. But we know the history of this country. We need more of our women, and I'll always cry for affirmative action, and we work together. We always work together with Gender Commission. Yes, Odeline, my dear sister. Hey, powerful presidency. I'll tell you a story. In 1980, Zimbabwe became independent. I was the PA to the president now, the president's office of President Mugabe. I had all the documents of the party, the fights and all that. So I was told you can't come home in January when most people came. I had to remain. And then when I came, the feeling was like, I missed so much. I missed that rally, the first rally in Highfields. When you feel like, wow, this is us, the black people. Then imagine what happened just right after independence, with the pioneer diplomats appointed to go and represent Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe had never had representatives outside. So the first pioneer diplomats of this country, we went to Brussels with my husband, representing Zimbabwe. And there we are, diplomats coming straight from the bush. I didn't know what a glass of wine, of red wine is. Cognac glass, what is a glass of white wine, and a glass of water, and a lot of other things. You know what I did? I organized the diplomats from the embassy, and I could see that most of the wives were not aware of this etiquette. And so we approached the foreign minister's wife, and we said we wanted to go through those etiquette classes. And I think people take it for granted. But those things you have to learn. And I think you need to do more. As I was listening to you, I thought about even having a workshop for my own ministry. Because the problem is, if you are talking alone and people can't see your vision, then you can't succeed. So thank you very much for all the good sayings. You need to live peaceful with each other. We are different. And it's always good to have that tolerance, that threshold of tolerance to understand why somebody's thinking like that, why somebody's talking like that. I think that's important. You move far. Yes, we'll mix with different people. But in that mixing with different people, let's learn who we are. And let's find our own value. And she said something very critical. Let's build authentic relations. I attend a lot of these, and because I want to learn and I want to build those authentic relationships, because they take me far. They add value to me. And I've said this even to my officers in the ministry: don't sit all year round around your desk, because there's nothing new which will come from your desk. Mix, be a member of associations. That's a very good thing. Join those professional organizations. Remember, there are people who know better than you. No matter how educated you are, there's someone out there who knows something which you don't know. Even as we go to the rural areas. So I liked it. And creating a strong presence. Usatanga kutaura chimbo chikati pane munhu ari kundiona mukati mari kutofunga kuti saka ari kutaura chivi. Aiwa, vanhu ava vanoda kana kutaura zvinhu zvinosvika munzeve dzavo zvichisvika pahana dzavo. Elected as a senator in Manika. When my ruling party I was first elected. It was difficult crossroad in Manika in 2008. The ruling party lost 20 seats. And I was out of 26, and I was one of the 6. And I just came back from diplomacy in China. And somebody came to me and said, how did you manage to win? I said, I managed to win by listening to people. As a politician, I never walk into a rally and just start talking. Get to understand what the people want. Talk to them whilst you're looking into their eyes. Understand whether they love what you're talking or they think this is nothing to do with us. So I've been elected in 2008. I got elected in 2013. I got elected again in 2018. I got elected in 2023. Wow. I am the single consistently elected member of parliament from Manicaland province. Wow. So, let's not have a chip on our shoulder. But I love to learn from others, and I heard that. Thank you very, very much. It was a great day listening to you. Yes, Joylene Murekachiro. Hey, I was sitting here and saying to myself, you know, a lot of women who are walking into my office who come from growth points, they are always crying, mourning because their properties they bought, they didn't have the papers, they lost it, they can't regain it. And I'm thinking there is this estate planning which you are running, Joylene, which you spoke about. At least where you say you will protect those who can be duped. And my question was, you didn't mention the cost of registering the Estate Agents Council of Zimbabwe. Because I would like to talk to a lot of women and say, look, go and register with the Estate Agents Council of Zimbabwe so that you could secure your investments. So I would like to know after this, what is the cost? Is it affordable? So that a lot of our women can join. You spoke about savings and credit cooperatives, and I've already told you, my ministry registers all cooperatives, and we register all those circles. In case of disputes, we have got also a mechanism to deal with those disputes. So this was very good listening to you, and I think when you spoke about civil marriage, civil partnership, and all that, I was talking to my Rosie Narari. Well done, girl. We are proud of you. And it's true, women sometimes, I'm the Minister of Women Affairs, and I said it myself. I will not allow anybody to think that it's women affairs, issues of gender equality are not just about morality. they need to be done if we are going to achieve Vision 2030. And I'm glad to have a supportive president. Our president is really committed to gender equality and women empowerment. And for that reason, we will continue to push as women, Ministry of Women Affairs, to make sure that you get also the tenders, a certain quota. We want a quota to go to women businesses. It's happening in other countries. We are benchmarking. That's another thing we need to talk about. We need to benchmark with other countries. And I do a lot of that. I do a lot of benchmarking because it really builds a lot of confidence. Not only do we benefit from what we see in those countries, but we also showcase what we are doing. You'll be amazed. As a country, we are also a thought leader in gender equality and women empowerment. So we can also showcase that. Yes, I liked what you said. Thank you very much. And you should stand after being knocked down. Ask me how many times I've been knocked down. And I'm still standing. They may say bad things about you, but if you're not bad, you'll never become bad. And you know, they want to hit it. I know, you should tell everybody, it's also a pinduri because So, I mean, honestly, don't allow anybody to bring you down. They knock you down and you remain standing. You know, after a while, they have nothing to say. You continue moving. But you also said something important. We need to be knowledgeable. We need ignorance will not get us anywhere. Let's try as much as possible to learn. And something which I always say, how do we consider you a successful woman business leader or a political leader when you don't handhold others and bring 2, 3, 4 other women and say, let's go. So it's important to empower others. Yes, issues of access, less of access to finance is an elephant in the room for everybody, but it's worse for women too. A lot of banks bond with you too. More before, teach them the good things. I couldn't go with some bodomu and our coach for Kuta. But also, they're intelligent. But also, the panic door and roya vega. Don't tell them, don't. Just bring up a good citizen who will be acceptable in the world. At 15, I had no sister, no brother, no mother, no father. But because of that, which was instilled by my mother, that kept me going. There are certain things I say I will never get involved into it because my mother said it was bad. So, you're doing a great job. I think you are truly a source of pride. I would like to see your mother one day, because she will be a source of inspiration for others. Well done, girl. We have seen testament of resilience. We have seen determination, commitment, and where there integrity also, and where those values are, there's no room for failure. Well done. Thank you very much. We were ready to work with you and always stand by you. As a ministry, all my job is to facilitate an environment for you to do well. If you don't come to my office as a PCA with the challenges you have as women in construction, I will not be able to articulate those to the president. I will not be able to articulate those in cabinet or even in parliament. So it will be always good. This is the beginning of good things. Let's continue to move together. So that was my speech. I have written a speech. I will read very fast, but I love this. Yes, it is with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today. Zimbabwe's construction industry has historically been male-dominated. However, women have continually defied stereotypes and contributed significantly to the sector's innovation. From project managers and engineers to artisans and entrepreneurs, women are shaping the industry's future. Recognizing your achievements is very, very essential, not only for gender equality, but also for unlocking the sector's full potential for national development. Ladies and gentlemen, no, a few gentlemen have seen. My ministry's mandate is rooted in promoting gender equality, women's empowerment, and social inclusion across all sectors of our economy. We strive towards creating an enabling environment that supports women's participation in decision-making, leadership, and economic activities. This is reflected in the National Gender Policy, which we launched not long ago, and it further aligns with the Zimbabwe's broader vision of 2030 and the National Development Strategy as we move to National NDS 2. In fulfilling our mandate as a ministry, we play a vital role in nurturing micro, small, and medium enterprises. The small and medium enterprises are the key drivers of employment, key drivers in innovation and community development. They are contributing more than 60% of the national GDP. So most of you would ask, who are these MSMEs? Because people, when they hear SMEs, they think we are only talking about the mothers selling in the streets, selling tomatoes, selling cabbages. But let me tell you that I'm the minister of those women. I respect them, starting from there, because they've put food on the table for their children. They send children to school. And I'm talking about micro with 1 to 5 people. They start their business, maybe it's a family business. That's the micro. I'm now giving you a definition, and I want you to know and to see where you stand. The small is 5 people to 30 people. That's a small enterprises. And the medium enterprises I'm talking about, which is most of the companies, not in this room, but in this country. Those are the medium enterprises. They start from 31 to 75 employees and a turnover of 2 million. So you can see the SMEs, and when I was given this job by the president, said, I'm giving you a responsibility of supporting the SMEs who are the powers of this economy. They are playing a very critical role. The Minister of Finance, when he talks about our GDP rising from 28 billion in 2 years to 46 billion, where it is now, 60–70% of that is contributed by SMEs. We have you in construction, we have SMEs in mining, we have SMEs in farming, and in manufacturing. And for your interest's sake, when the Minister of Finance reported the GDP, the biggest share was coming from manufacturing, which has not been the case in the past. So that shows a lot of work is being done. That's when she said, "Akomana, I don't go to Mutsvangwa mune namu. Muzimbabwe hamuna mari." Zvitiwo ndokutadza kuita mari kana kutadza kuita something. Handisi ndataura ndiyemsi. Opportunities are jawo. So, yes, the Zimbabwe Building Contractors Association, you hold a key position in shaping the construction sector. Your mission revolves around encouraging professionalism and ensuring compliance with industry benchmarks. A notable initiative is the creation of the Women's Desk. This actively supports the integration of women into the construction field, acknowledging that a diverse workforce drives innovation and efficiency. Rambai muchinkarita vari kunzou. Ndosaka ndati vemedia zvakanaka kutaura zviri kuitwa neZBCA, so that pane vanotya asi vane chipo, because zvekuvaka ichipo kai. Zvekudesigner unotoona kana mwana ari mudiki chaizvo kuti anenge aine chipo chacho, unozoenda hake kuchikoro but vamwe vane chipo chekutozvarwa nacho. So this is very good. Furthermore, ZBCA, your inclusion of associate members, service providers within the industry, serves as a powerful tool to empowerment. You are allowing women-owned enterprises to tap into vital markets and building those strategic networks, ultimately enhancing their impact and visibility within the sector. My ministry provides for women through the big elephant in the room, which is access to finance in whatever you're doing. When I got at the ministry, I appreciated what the Ministry of Treasury is giving through the ministry, but it's really peanuts, to say the truth. Not because they don't want to give the ministry money to support women empowerment, but because they are overwhelmed by other responsibilities. So what we have been doing as a ministry is to make sure that we upscale our engagements with commercial private sector. In the last year, we held the inaugural meeting of women in decision-making positions, joining them with those in private sector and public sector, so that we work together. We can't just wait for investments coming into our banks, like the Women Microfinance Bank coming from the Treasury. It will never be enough. We all know that it was established in 2017, but it has never been fully capitalized. And as such, it's not satisfying the needs of women who are supposed to benefit from the establishment of the Women Microfinance Bank. We are now looking, thinking outside the box, coming up with other investors. There's a lot of people with money sitting there, and we are saying, please bring all your money, invest it into the bank, invest it in SMEDCO, so that they can loan it or buy equipment for our SMEs, so that we continue to grow them. So it is essential that we continue to design customized financial solutions. I'm also looking at other ways of raising funding through our banks, government institutions. I have two under my act, that is the Women Microfinance Bank and the SMEDCO. And I'm very happy to say the two of us attended a fourth conference on financing for development in Spain, which was held some 2 months ago with the Minister of Finance. And as I presented what the SMEs are doing in this country, I didn't have a lunch that day. So many of those financial institutions came to me and said, what is that you need? We understand the issue is access to finance. The rest seems to be moving well. And they are ready to put money. But what they wanted was the Minister of Finance needs to de-risk. And because I was with my Minister of Finance, who understand the need for availing finances to our SMEs who are doing so well, he was ready to de-risk. And as I speak, one of our banks, SMEDCO, has started drawdowns for the 1 million first from Badia, an Arabic bank in China. So we are going to do more of that, because that's the only way we can make you grow. My job is to support government in internet. We've got an open door policy. Use us. We will be able to put that pedestal. So as I end, we honor the accomplishments of you women today. Well done, girls. And I'm told we have awards, so we acknowledge those awards, and recognition is far more than ceremonial gestures. They are sparks that will ignite progress. Congratulations to all the trailblazers. I think that word has been used and used again by a deputy minister. But there are so many of them trailblazers in this room. Congratulations to all those trailblazers whose achievement, they light the way for others to rise, break boundaries, and lead with purpose. Your success is inspirational, and your legacy in building a future defined by inclusion, innovation, and empowerment will forever be our source of pride. Let us continue to embrace change and transform our industry. Together, we can build a stronger and more inclusive Zimbabwe. Thank you, and thank you to the President of this country, who wants to see women doing wonders, and he's aware of the fact that women are good. He says this to me many times than I even expect him. He always says, when you empower a woman, you have empowered a family, you have empowered a community, you have empowered a country. So women, don't sit there. Thank you. Thank you.